What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. Now, we have finally made it, guys. We finally made it to day one of the World Cup, which is very exciting. We pretty much went like a week and a half without soccer, and it felt like a pretty long week and a half, but we're finally here. We have a lot of setups for the World Cup, which is what my goal was this week. And yeah, we're just going to continue betting a ton on soccer. So I don't have a soccer pick today. I actually have a Canadian football pick, but you guys know that I always correlate things together. So whether that's in soccer, whether that's in football, whether that's in eSports, I'm always correlating things together, and that's our main strategy here on this channel and on my VIP. So for example, I'm going to take guys in soccer to go over pass attempts or under pass attempts. So if a team gets a lot of possession, so for example, South Africa versus Mexico, that's going to be the first game of the day today in the World Cup. It's happening in the next couple of hours here, starting in the next couple of hours here. And Mexico is likely to have a lot of possession because they're favored. They're the better team, and this is on paper. This is, what sports books like Pinnacle and Bovada and everything will tell you is that Mexico is favored, so they should have higher possession. South Africa is not favored, so they should have lower possession. Now, of course, that could not happen. Maybe South Africa possesses the ball 60% of the game, and we are all surprised about that. That could, of course, happen, but most likely scenario is that South Africa possesses the ball less, Mexico possesses the ball more. So if Mexico gets 60-70% possession in this game, then everyone on their team is likely to have a lot of passes, a lot of pass attempts. And then on South Africa, if they do not possess the ball very much, maybe they only have the ball 30-40% of the game, then their guys are going to go under pass attempts because they are not holding the ball. And if you've ever watched soccer, like literally one game of soccer, you could watch 10 minutes of a soccer game. And I'm sure you guys have all at some point watched 10 minutes of a soccer game. It doesn't even matter if it's at the professional level or the college level or what, is that you guys will understand. If you have the ball, you're going to pass. If you do not have the ball, you're obviously not doing that because you don't even have the ball, okay? So that is the strategy in correlation. Now, you can do the same thing with football, and we're going to get into that. And then you can do the same thing in esports as well. So, for example, we did cash a 4x yesterday, which is nice to see. This was a 8.75x. I would have liked to get the full 8.75x, but unfortunately, we do get the 4x. Not going to complain about it, but this Tyrone guy does push at 7, and he really should have went over. You'll see that his counterpart gets 14. And he ended up playing one of the worst champions for kills in the second game. He does get 2. It's okay. Obviously, he should have really went over. Again, his line was 7. The other guy's line was 5, and this guy gets 14 kills. But at the end of the day, guys, we'll take it as a 4x. And then some of these games here, these were the past couple of days with the tacos. This one goes opposite correlation. I'll kind of get in this one. I did look at it. We got a little bit unlucky here. And then this one with Bull, he does go way over. And I showed you guys yesterday that his line bumped to 8.5, okay? So again, PrizePicks knows what they're doing. They bump lines for a reason. When they bump lines, it is telling you that you got it at too good of a line, so we're going to go ahead and move it down, right? So for example, if you got Steph Curry under 40 points for some reason, right? Like, let's just say they had a complete error and they set his line at 40, which I doubt his line has ever been at 40 ever. Like, even peak Steph Curry, his line's never been at 40. But you take him under 40. And then they end up bumping his line down to, let's say, 32 or something like that, which would be crazy. That would be an insane bump. But let's just say that means you got insane value at getting his line under 40, right? Like a Taco Tuesday level bump right there, even more than that. But of course, Steph Curry could get 60 points any given night. It's Steph Curry at the end of the day. And again, this Bull guy does go over. We can get into the game. The game was not very correlated, which sucks to see, but this is just not the norm in League of Legends, right? It was 19-20, and then it was 17-16, so it was a very weird game. If you click around, and again, I don't want you guys to just take my word for it. I want you guys to actually go onto these sites like sofascore.com, type in SofaScore League of Legends, and you can click around, right? And if you look at some of these games, just click around, you're going to see that the winning team, which is the highlighted team, normally gets about 2 to 3 to sometimes even 4x the amount of kills as the losing team does, okay? So the winning team is the highlighted team. The losing team is obviously the non-highlighted team. And I'm just going to be clicking around random games. And again, I urge you to do this, right? Most of the time, this is what happens. Probably 80-90% of the time, you're going to see that the winning team is going to get a lot more kills than the losing team, okay? And again, I don't even know who some of these teams are, right? I'm literally like, these are like 3rd division League of Legends teams I'm clicking around in at this point. And again, these games look very similar where the winning team is getting a lot more kills. So that is the theory behind most of what we do, is that when the winning team wins, they're going to get a lot of kills. When the losing team loses, they're not going to get as many kills, okay? So again, me talking, I've literally gone through like 20 games at this point. You're going to see most of these games that is the case. So At the end of the day, that didn't happen in this game, which sucks. And then even yesterday, we did take some of these pain guys to go under. So I took KOK under, I took Keen under. KOK gets 3 kills in this game and then 1 kill in this game. And then the second game, KOK gets 3 kills and Keen gets 5 kills. And both of these guys go over by 1 kill while they went 0-2. So this was unlucky because the fact of the matter is when they go 0-2, they most likely, like I'm talking about 80-90% of the time, and again, I could show the lines, but I don't want to, we're going to go under this line, and both of them do go over by literally 1 kill, okay? So again, these 0.5 differences, they do matter because, for example, if we got this guy at 6 and we got this guy at, let's say, 6.5, then we would have hit this entry, but of course, we didn't, and of course, these guys do go over. If we would have took Marvin under and Bull under, the play would have hit as well. So, you know, it is what it is. It is sports at the end of the day. Sometimes these things are going to happen like I say they will. And, 80-90% of the time they are going to happen like that. But, of course, anything can happen in some of these games. And we saw that even last night with the Spurs-Knicks game where it's just like crazy, crazy stuff can happen. Long-term, guys, these things are going to even out. We are long-term profitable on this channel, of course. We're up 1,000 units over the past 2.5 years, which is probably about like 32-ish months that I've been doing this, guys. I believe we have only had 4 to 5 losing months on this channel and on my VIP ever, okay? So 32 months, 4 to 5 losing months ever. That means we have profited 27 to 28 of these months, okay? So again, let's just say the worst case, 27 and 5, right? 27 months of being profitable and 5 months being unprofitable. And I will say out of the 27 months, we have had, I think, 4 months where we have gone up more than 100 units alone in 4 months, okay, out of the 27. So again, we can have a month where we just go absolutely bananas some of these months. And we kind of did it a little bit at the beginning of May. And again, a lot of it was because of soccer, okay? So let's get into today's plays, guys. The first pick is going to be on BETR, and on BETR we are taking another discount. What do you know, guys? It's the same stuff that I talk about every day, right? You'll see. I tell you guys, you can make $200 to $300 a month betting on BETR and on Sleeper, and the sole reason why is because they give out 2 to 3 discounts a day. Each of them do. So there's a ton of discounts in these World Cup games. There's a ton of discounts for the finals games. Like there's a lot going on. NHL discounts because the Stanley Cup's going on. Like there's so many championships and tournaments going on, and look at all of these discounts that these guys give you. And at the end of the day, what it's about is that these apps want more users because this is what these apps want to like present to shareholders or present to people that are have a stake in their company, and they want to be like, hey, look, guys, we have 5 million users a month or a day on BETR or whatever it is, right? These apps and these companies want that. So what they do is they incentivize users to get on their platform every day, and they give them discounts every day. So we can take advantage of that. It's kind of like a social arbitrage, so to speak, right? Where it's a win-win because BETR is getting you on their platform every day. So they can be like, hey, look, Jeff Bezos or whatever they're going to present to, we have this amount of users per day. So that means we're a really good company. But then you can take advantage of it because you can just come on every day. It takes like literally, I don't know, like 30 seconds. Let me know if you bet on these BETR lines or if you just tail my bets. If you tail my bets, it probably takes you less than 10 seconds. I don't know. Like you would go on, you'd click a link, you'd take the bet. You would go on, click the second link, you'd take the bet. I think you could get it down to 10 seconds a day, literally. And you can make $200 to $300 a month on BETR, and the same thing on Sleeper as well, okay? Really simple stuff. NOVIG, also a thing you can sign up for, but I meant to show this on Sleeper. Sleeper, you can do the same thing here. And with BETR, guys, it's really simple. We have a soccer match right here. We have this guy, Hugh Min. Don't know how to say his name, honestly, but his line's discounted down by 1 shot, so we're going to take him, of course, right? It's very simple stuff, right? Do you need to know who these players are? Do you need to know anything about soccer? Do you need to know anything about the NHL? No, we don't. We're just going to take these discounts every day. If it misses, so be it. If it hits, it's going to hit 70 to 80% of the time, and we know that because these discounts are so good. And then we're going to take Josito, who I actually do know, and I do know about League of Legends, under 9.5 kills in this game, okay? So this is going to be the play of the day on BETR. I have like 5 setups on BETR because a lot of the games I've been taking are on Friday and Saturday. So we could potentially hit like 4 to 5 entries on BETR in the next couple of days because these discounts have been hitting, okay? So use your discounts. If there's one thing to take from this video, you could literally not watch the rest of this video, is just get BETR, get Sleeper, use the discounts every day, and you can make $200 to $300 a month, okay? With that being said, with that $200 to $300 a month, there's a couple things you can do. You can then transfer it into PrizePicks and Underdog and then build a bankroll there. And then you can also, get a month of my VIP or whatever. And by the way, I'm running a huge World Cup promo where if you do not profit, so if you do not make $50 back by the end of the World Cup, which is July 19th, okay, so you have a month and a half to make $50 on my VIP, which is like crazy. Like, you're definitely going to do that. But if you do not do that, then you will get 100% of your money back. Money back guarantee, okay? So go on to BETR, deposit. Once you deposit, make a couple bucks on BETR, and then get my World Cup promo completely risk-free. So if you do not profit with my World Cup promo, then you'll get your money back. Okay, super simple stuff, guys. You see how I'm feeding everything into each other, and then you can slowly build the bankroll on BETR, on Sleeper, on PrizePicks, on Underdog, and on NOVIG, right? NOVIG, another app you can sign up for. $1 into NOVIG will get you 1 month of my VIP. You can text me NOVIG to get instructions on that. Now let's get into the PrizePicks play of the day, guys. We're going to be utilizing the CFL. With CFL, there's only about 3 to 4 games a week. Actually, next week, they're going to start playing 4 games a week. So it's not the craziest league ever because they only have like 10, like I think they have like 8 to 10 teams, but it's more volume that we can have. It's more things that we can look into. And this is very correlated. We actually hit one of these last, I think it was Friday. We hit one of these with these exact same players. And what I did is I took Giddens over and I took Lawler under. Now what I'm doing is the inverse of that. I'm taking Giddens to go under and I'm taking Lawler to go over. Now the thing about this, guys, is Lawler is kind of a field stretcher, right? He gets a lot of deep passes, a lot of really like long plays, and I am thinking that they're going to start pushing the ball down the field a little bit with Lawler, okay? And also he's kind of like ready for a breakout type of game. He can sometimes, he's one of those players that either gets like 40 yards or he gets like 140 yards and they throw him the ball like 10 times, okay? And then Giddens, I'm taking him under. And what I really like about this line, it's super simple, is that if you look at the past games where they have played together, and this is from last year's stats, look at the inverse correlation. So this is what's called negative correlation in statistics, and it means when one thing rises, the other thing lowers, okay? So I'm trying to think about something that's inverse correlation. So for example, the amount of days that's sunny in a year, the amount of umbrella sales is going to go down, right? So if you have like 300 sunny days in a year, the more sunny days that occur throughout a year, the less umbrella sales that are going to happen, right? And that makes sense, right? If there's more sun, there's going to be less rain, so people are going to buy less umbrellas. Something that's going to be positively correlated is the more rainy days, the more umbrella sales are going to happen, right? Because obviously, if there's more rain, there's more people buying umbrellas. So that's going to be something that's positively correlated. That's something we normally do in soccer and League of Legends and stuff. So these things are tied together. These things are actually oppositely tied together. So the more that Lawler catches the ball, the more yards he has, the less yards that Giddens is going to get. And the reason why this is true is because if you think about it in football, if one player has 150 yards, it's going to leave less opportunity for the other receiver, right? These receivers cannibalize each other. That's why when people talk, that's why a lot of times people talk about this in the NFL. For example, the Raiders, right? You might have Michael Mayer on the Raiders and you might have Brock Bowers on the Raiders. And when Brock Bowers is in, Michael Mayer is going to be out. When Michael Mayer's in, Brock Bowers is going to be out, right? So these guys kind of cannibal each other's yards in a lot of times, right? If one guy catches the ball, the other guy is not going to be able to catch the ball. And again, do not take this from me. Take this from the data that I'm presenting you right now, okay? You will see the games that they played last year in the same game. They have went inverse 6 out of 7 of the games that they played. That means Giddens either goes over and Lawler goes under, or Lawler goes over and Giddens goes under. So if you want to flip these, be my guest, all right? Be my guest if you want to flip these and take Giddens over and Lawler under, okay? This is all we're going for. We're going for these guys to either hit together or miss together, and this is all correlation is, okay? It's what I always say. Now, the third part of this is Cuz to go over 7 kills. And this is a super simple explanation of why I like Cuz over 7 kills. You'll see over his last 15 games, he's only missed this 3 out of his last 15 games. And the times where he has missed this, he's gotten literally 6 kills or 5 kills. So he's gotten very close. Now, they're playing the best team in the league, okay? It is Gen.G versus KT. And the thing about this, guys, is even though Gen.G is the best team in the league, as you're going to see, Gen.G is up here. Now, Gen.G, BLG, they're kind of like flip-flopping right now. But I'm telling you, Gen.G is definitively like the best team. They've been the best team for the past 3 years. And yeah, but again, Gen.G is like a really dominant team. They're like the 2018 Warriors or something. They have like a ton of stars. They're really, really good. They can close out games extremely well. But you have to understand that KT is not too bad themselves, all right? KT is the 7th ranked team in League of Legends right now. And by the way, in 2025, the 2025 World Championship, so this is kind of like the World Cup or the Super Bowl of League of Legends, they were the runner-up, okay? So they were the team that they ended up losing 3-2 in this game. So they can 100%, like 100% hold their own in these games. They even made it to the finals, and they nearly lost in the finals, okay? I think they blew like a 3-1 lead or something in the finals. So they can definitely hold their own at the top of the standings of League of Legends. And I think that KT, all they have to do is win one game, okay? One game. And you will see when he wins one game on this team, he is normally going to go over, okay? In the past 10 games. When he wins 2 games, he normally goes over as well. And if he wins all his games, he is definitely going to go over, but that's probably not going to happen. Now, if he loses all of his games, he still sometimes is going over in this game, okay? So I simply just think 7 is way too low for this guy. I think this guy's line should be 8.5. 7 is crazy low. If they get one game, he could get 6 to 7 kills in literally one game of winning this League of Legends game, okay? And you will even see I guess I can't show it here. Oh yeah, it's up here in prop history. But you'll see, his line is normally like 8.5 and stuff, and his odds to lose every single game is 38%. Okay, so his odds to win at least one game, so this is the scenario that I'm talking about, is 62%. So again, he has a 62% chance of at least winning one game, which is decent odds for PrizePicks here. And I even think they have a higher chance of that because I think they're really underselling what KT can do and what KT is capable of. Because again, even though Gen G is the best team in the world, they are still very, very good as well, right? It's almost like you have, let's just say the Seahawks are the best team because they won the Super Bowl, which you could debate that or not, but Seahawks, let's say they're the best team, they won the Super Bowl. It's almost like the Seahawks playing a 5-game series against the Texans, okay? Texans also a really solid team. They made it to the playoffs. Like the Texans could definitely take 1 or 2 games away from the Seahawks, right? It's not like the Seahawks are just because they're the best team, they're just automatically going to win every single game that you play, okay? So that is that, guys. I'm taking Cuz to go over. I pretty much like everyone on this team to go over. I think they're really underselling the strength of KT, and then we're taking this inversely correlated duo in Canadian football tonight. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Again, get ready for a lot of World Cup plays. I'll be watching the World Cup very closely, and this first round of games is going to be really important to understand how these teams play together, the formations they use, who's playing next to each other, who is feeding off of each other in these games, and we're just going to get stronger and stronger as the World Cup goes on because we're going to be getting more and more data. Okay, a lot of the data right now is from friendly games or games that happen in like 2024 and like some European qualifiers or something. So as the games go on, we're going to get more and more data, right? So keep that in mind too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's have a big next couple of days because we have a lot of setups, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video.